How's it going, everybody? Back out on the river today. I'm going to show you guys my favorite way to hack a spinnerbait. And that's going to be ripping off the skirt and throwing on a straight king rage swimmer. Got nice clear water. Should be able to catch some fish out here. This spinnerbait trick is awesome. You go through a lot of Kitex, but I feel like having that swim bait on there gets a lot of quality bites. And it just looks really, really good coming through the water. Just had a big bluegill looking at it. Little tiny smallmouth just went by. But it looks killer. That tail kicks perfectly with the blade. And it catches a ton of fish. This is a little bigger spinnerbait than what I'd normally be using. Usually I get a Strike King Pond Magic, little baby spinner, or a Booyah Pond Magic rather, not Strike King. But they all work about the same. I'm gonna put this thing through the paces today, and hopefully that blade will kick in the sunshine. Another tiny smallmouth looking at it. I've also got a Ned rig. As always, like I said, it's impossible to leave home without it, so I'll probably be throwing that a little bit too. We're gonna try and focus on the spinnerbait and see if we can hook into something. There we go. Almost immediately. Decent little smallie. And this is how you know it's going to be a good spinnerbait day. That thing is just absolutely gone. Choked it. Nice little way to start. Very nice cast. It's just a little fella. That's what's crazy, is this is a bigger spinnerbait like I mentioned. And even this little guy came and got it. I mean, that's almost half his body length. Thanks, buddy. Well, we've been out here for a whole 4 minutes and we've got 2 already out of this same little spot. Another one. When it's sunny out like this, that blade, I feel like they can just see it from so far away. Oh, he's got that good. A little chunk. Another little one right here. Oh, little tiny guy's got it. It's awesome when the river is this clear. You really get an idea how they're acting out there. You can see them chasing your lures. Right now they're just out in the middle. I mean, it's 3.5 feet deep out there maybe, and they're just kind of roaming around. Trying to get more out in the current here. There's a nice one. Settle down, bud. Nothing crazy. Skadoosh. Really big carp. Oh, yeah. Just a little fella. Tiny guy. Thanks, buddy. This is a good looking little spot. This is the same stretch I was on in my last video, if you guys watched that, but I didn't really fish this hole. It kind of looks different today. The water's really low. It's a nice little flat where the water kind of calms. Right next to some really fast current. Throw the net rig out there for a second. First cast. The only problem with the spinnerbait when you're in really fast water like this is it's hard to keep it down on the bottom if that's where the fish are. Oh, went under that tree on me. A decent one. This little chunk. Spinnerbait's really, really good for the eddies, you know, this calm water off to the right here. That Ned rig, you can chuck it right out and it just bounces through those rocks and those fish will hide right behind a rock. I don't know if you can see these rocks right here, but they'll hide right behind the rock, and as this goes over the top, they'll scoop it up. Another one. About the same size as the last one. That's why you never leave your Ned rig at home, kids. Oh, this sounds like a nice one. Oh, he's angry too. Oh, don't go into that tree. There we go. There's the first chunkier one of the day. Still not a giant, but there's a nice one. Probably 16 and a half, if I had to guess. There you go, bud. It's right here. I caught an absolute ton of fish in this little pocket last time. See if we can do it again. destroyed. Not a super big one, but the spinnerbait is gone again. Absolutely choked. Pretty one. It's almost kind of orange. There it is. There's just a little tiny fella. Let's learn out tournament fishing today. So goal is just numbers, and we've been getting those. Oh, that's a little fish. Trying to stay anchored on these couple of logs right here. There's a nice one. Oh my, that's a carp. Thank God that's a carp. I thought it was another giant smallmouth. Another nice one. Maybe 17. Beautiful. It could be 18, maybe close. Back to the bottom, that guy's on the Ned. One of the biggest tips I can give on a day like this, when you got super clear water, especially if you have a kayak you can stand up in, is stand up as much as possible. Especially even if you're just floating downstream, you can learn so much about your river. Like this, I always thought this was a whole lot deeper. The water's really low right now, but I always thought this was a whole lot deeper than it actually is. And that's some really big key information. You find those deeper little holes, that's where they're gonna sit in the summer, especially if you got a hole with some current. Like right here, this is basically dead water. I mean, I'm sure there's some fish swimming around. There's not a lot of dips and dives and no structure. Stand up as much as you can, get a visual. Your eyes are your number one weapon for smallmouth. I think this is a nice one. It is. There we go. That one's a little better. Oh, look, there's another one with him. Another nice one. Not a giant. Cast that right back in there. Another decent one. I think that's how we're gonna end today's trip. Awesome day. Finesse fishing. Little fella. Nether rig got it done again. Spinnerbait had a good amount. It's hard to beat that combination of topwater. We really rounded out. I don't think they would have been hitting topwater very much today. I found a lot of them. Our camera died mid-outro, but saying, I found a lot of them lower water columns, so I don't think top water really would have worked anyway. Ned rig, that spinner bait, I gotta go get some new ones. I'm obviously out, but that's the Booyah Pond Magic. Take that skirt off, throw a little Kitech or a Rage Swimmer on there, Largo shad, any kind of little, your favorite minnow essentially. And it's just lights out. It catches a ton of fish. It doesn't matter where you're at. Smallmouth, in a river, they're gonna eat it. We're back to the launch. As always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.